going to be learning about the history of the Philippines from the 14th century to the 21st century. These are the most important highlights of Philippine history, so if you haven't already seen the timeline, make sure you click the Learn tab and then click the timeline to have a visual tool to help you. Now it all started in 1380. Muslim Arabs arrived at the Sulu Archipelago, which is a chain of islands in the Pacific Ocean in the southwestern Philippines. In 1521, Ferdinand Magellan discovered the islands and named them the Archipelago of San Lazaro. The Philippines was then named in honor of King Philip II of Spain. Jumping to February 17, 1872, Friars Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora were executed by the Spaniards because of their hatred for authorities for leading the campaign against the abusive Spanish friars and fighting for equal rights among priests. 1887 was when Jose Rizal then published the anti-Spanish novel Noli Me Tangere, also known as Touch Me Not, and sears up independent sentiment. 1892, Jose Rizal founded the civic organization La Liga Filipina. Katipuneros tear their cedras and shout in contempt at the Spaniards in what is called the Cry of Pugadlawan. In 1896, the Spanish execute Jose Rizal for rebelling against the friars. He's now dubbed a national hero of the Philippines. 1897, General Emilio Aguinaldo establishes the new republic at the Biak na Bato in Bulacan. 1898, American warship Maine was blown up in the Havana harbor, triggering the Spanish-American War. The Battle of Manila Bay ensues. 1899, Emilio Aguinaldo declares independence, then leads a guerrilla war against the U.S. 1901, U.S. captures Aguinaldo. William Howard Taft arrives as the first U.S. governor of the Philippines. Taft establishes the Pensionado program, allowing Filipinos to study in the U.S., which helped modernize and westernize the country. In 1916, the U.S. Congress passes the Jones Law, establishing elected Filipino lawmakers. In 1934, U.S. Congress approves of the Tidings-McDuffie Law, promising Philippine independence by 1946. The transition to independence then begins. In 1935, the Philippine Commonwealth was created with Manuel Quezon y Molina as president. In 1941, the Japanese invades the Philippines and defeats General Douglas MacArthur at Bataan and Corregidor. Quezon establishes government in exile in the U.S. In 1944, Quezon dies in exile. Vice President Sergio Osmeña becomes the president. In 1945, General MacArthur liberates Manila and President Osmeña establishes the government. In 1946, the U.S. gave the Philippines independence and Manuel Rojas y Acuña is elected as the first president of the new republic. In 1965, Ferdinand E. Marcos is elected by a large majority as president. 1972, martial law was declared by President Marcos. This period is marked with human rights abuses and corruption. 1981, Marcos lifts martial law. Benigno Ninoy Aquino is assassinated on arrival at Manila International Airport. Aquino's widow, Corazon, leads the People Power protest movement. Cory Aquino beat Marcos and is declared president, forming a new government. Endorsed by Aquino, her Secretary of Defense, General Fidel Ramos, wins the presidential election. The government of Ramos agrees that the southern island of Mindanao is independent. The Moro National Liberation Front, or the MNLF, ends its guerrilla war with the government. Former movie actor Joseph Estrada is elected as president. On charges of corruption, Estrada was removed from the presidency. Vice President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo assumes the presidency. A taped conversation between President Arroyo and an election official surfaced during the 2004 elections, implying that she influenced the official election results. In 2007, former President Joseph Estrada was convicted of stealing from the government, the first ever in the history of the Philippines. In 2010, the first automated national elections was held in the Philippines. In 2010, Benigno Noynoy Simeon Cojuangco Aquino III wins the presidential elections and is sworn in at Manila's Rizal Park on June 30, 2010. 2016, Rodrigo Rodi Roa Duterte, the former mayor of Davao City, assumes the presidency. He is the first ever president to come from Mindanao. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot about the history of the Philippines. If you want to learn more about musculoskeletal disabilities, or MSD, the foundations involved with MSD, tips and tricks on how to learn history, make sure you explore iStoryaPH. Again, I'm Michelle, and see you next time!